It's out of the clamps. It cured good. We are pretty happy with it. The glue itself, the glue up looks like I got the pressure perfect this time. There's a little bit of a dip here, I think, which means there's probably a little hump over here. It's going to be tough to tell until I get this, give it a little sand. So I'm going to give it a little, the orbital, and just clean up these chunks of epoxy and that kind of thing. There's a little bit of tape on this side from, I put tape on my level so that the level would come off and the tape would stay. 99% of the tape actually came off. It's really just at this seam. So I think we got our epoxy. So far that's the best glue up. Quick orbital, I'll check in once I kind of got this thing in a spot where I can put a flat stick on it. Like right now I can't because there's humps and stuff. Fucking flies. Right now I can't because there's humps and stuff. So then I'll chuck a string on it and make sure that it's not doing this. I don't think it is. I really don't. I'm really happy with how this turned out. It's not perfect, but it's as close as honestly we can get. Like this side is, you can see, I don't even know if it'll come up on camera. You can see the littlest bit of daylight through there. I got a little bit of a low spot here, but I think that's from when I tried to do my scarf joint. I think just the way it was sitting on there, I might have had a little bit of twist on it. And I actually think that this piece is just a shade out of square. And to get my right thickness, it brought this side down too low. That doesn't really matter. You can see here how consistent that glue line is. That's what we want. It's a little tight down there. But I'm really happy with how it turned out. This is the strongest part of the boat, right? Like, yeah, like look at this. That's what we want. There's no voids. To be honest, that's really hard to get because you just want to clamp the shit out of it, but not supposed to. And then this side, same thing, like so it's the opposite side now. So the side closest to me here is like, that is as true as you can get on that joint. Over here, there's a little bit of light. All things considered, I'm happy with that. It stayed dead nut straight. So it's A++, it's 99%. It's, with the tools I have, it's as good as I can get it. If I had the ability to make a big long feed table, I could probably route this, take a 64th off each side and it would be 100%. But like, look at how long, it's 18 feet. So you need 18 feet on each side of the router. Like, it's just not, like, I'm not setting up a fucking shop in the driveway just to, like, and the whole thing's getting covered in epoxy and the whole thing is getting fiberglass. So I'm happy. Next thing we got to do is get our stem attached. I'll go over some issues that I think I'm going to run into there. Then we'll get the stem attached to the keel. And then that's going to set our first frame, which sets our subsequent frames. And we might even get to laying out the transom. So let's get the stem on the bench and show you what I'm fighting there. Okay, I want to get the stem and the breast hook on the boat while on the keel today. A couple of things we got to deal with the stem. First of which is, if you remember when we cut this out on the router, it didn't make a square cut here. And I was going to get a chisel and square this up, and then I got thinking about it. If I take a round over bit and just round over the keel where this is going to seat in here, it actually gives it more surface area than a 90-degree angle. So I think I'm going to adjust the keel instead of adjusting this. So that'll be the first thing we do. Let's just get that done quick. Nice and square. Throw my round over on it. I'll just flip this whole thing over instead of trying to do this upside down. There's no sense fucking around with it if we don't have to. You know what I'm saying, Vern? I think I like that there. Guess that whole thing didn't need to be. How's this going in the boat now? So that's under there. Plywood comes up to it. It'll be fine. There'll be a fillet there anyway, so I probably should have just done the section that. And this might even get. This is actually, it is going to get faired in. These outside corners of this, I'll almost guarantee it. Has to, right? So now, you can make this a little deeper now. Just doesn't quite. How do I want to do that? What I'm up against is this all gets screwed together, fair everything, take it all apart, put it back together while I epoxy, all in one. But if I temporarily fasten with these bronze screws, they're Phillips and they're soft, they like to strip. Now, I can use a different number 14 screw, but what I'm worried about this is going to focus. The thread's just ever so slightly different. To be honest, this one's even a little thicker. So I am going to put epoxy in the hole before I fasten it for the last time. In case any water migrates in there, it's protected all the way around. So if it is slightly different, I don't know what the right answer is. Can't get to this today anyway because I didn't realize. I thought I read number 10s were going here, but it's number 14s, these thick boys. So for the sake of progress, I'm probably going to just CA glue this, get it clamped. Then I can at least work on setting that stem like I wanted to today. Maybe cutting off a tiny bit or setting that keel rather. Oh, it's tough. What to do? To be honest, I know that these screws are, I mean, I'm sure they're doing something, but after this thing gets epoxy, like, It's crazy how strong this epoxy is. It's wow. We're gonna try one bronze one and see if it works. Well, that might just be staying like that. If I can get this to focus, I don't know if I will. You can kind of see it's not stripping, it's just deforming it. Like, that's how soft it is. But she's screwed in there. Now, 5/16 carriage bolts, I didn't grab them. I didn't realize that's what it used, so we'll have to just clamp this on here for now. I think I want to laser. I want to laser that stem so that it runs laser straight all the way down here. Because that would be the shits if you see the boat coming and it like had a freaking dog leg in it. And like, honestly, I mean, short of hanging a bunch of plumb bobs and doing it like a frickin' Egyptian, I don't know how you would make sure that this runs. I guess I could run a, like almost like a battleborg and run a string, or I could buy a fancy laser. I need one anyway. I need it for work. But I like it. That's how she's sitting. Now, 2'8". Yeah, I've got an extra 2.5 feet on this board, but that's okay. I think I want to fasten these guys. What's my fastening schedule say for this thing? I can't remember where we left off last. Laser is here. Let's see if we can't get this guy to lay perfectly flat and straighten up this stem. That's the next thing I can do before I fasten the frames to the keel. So let's see what that looks like. Okay, so they're all flat and straight. I actually did a pretty not bad job with just my level, with just the flat stick. There was a little bit of a dip on both ends, but I mean, that's just because it's heavy. We had a little bit of a twist back there too, like honestly a 16th, maybe not even. I shimmed it up a bit. I've got a video I took with my phone I'll put in here. I didn't really record the process because one, it took about, 2-3 hours by the time I squared everything up and got the laser set, and it's not great film. But what I did get was, in the dark here, the laser just skimming the top of the whole thing, which is it's pretty cool. Okay, we got the laser hooked up, and you can see we're just skimming the whole way. I got some clamps and stuff in the way, but we are, see how it's just ever so colored, that dust? I don't know, it's hard in the light. You see how we're coming across the whole thing? So it's as flat as I can get. I was gonna screw these on. I don't think I'm gonna do that right this second. I wanna get the back end cut and the transom on there, just in case I have to move these. I don't have extra holes in my boat. I don't think I do or will, but for the 4 screws, I'd rather be safe than sorry. That's all I know. Next video is gonna be the transom. We're gonna figure that out. I'm doing it right now. So, yeah, so we're gonna work on the transom next, get that modified. Once that's done, we can start working on our chine logs. And the thinking part's almost over. Then we're just getting the chine logs on, and we just start looking down this boat and making it look nice. Hopefully get some sheeting on. I've got a few epoxy fills I gotta do. Not necessarily for strength, but just so I don't have any dips in I've just got a little bit here, and one of the frames got a little wild with my planer there, but we'll fix that up and keep building us a damn boat. See you in the next one.